But the last topic that I want to bring up is Kurt Angle, the last topic that's just kind of free talk. Kurt Angle is rumored to have his last WrestleMania match at this time. Who do you guys think Kurt Angle should be fighting at this time with his current ability and skill? We've all seen Kurt's lost a step a little bit. He's got a lot because it was mentioned before about Braun Strowman, Drew McIntyre, and Baron Corbin. I'm sick of all those guys even being around each other. I'm so done with it. I'm tired. It's tired. It puts me to sleep when it happens on Raw. It's bad, real bad. So let's go down the line here, starting with Luke. Who do you guys want to see fight Kurt Angle at WrestleMania if he has to have a one-on-one match?
Oh, that's difficult because personally, I wouldn't even want to see it because I think Kurt Angle is struggling that much. Just to watch him.
Damn, that's terrible.
Yeah, he is struggling so bad. Like he can't even move, like walk without it, like looking like it hurts. So it's uncomfortable for me to watch him have a match anyway. But to think of someone who I'd like to see him, and we've just turned Elias back heel again. So if it was with anyone, maybe a quick match with Elias and sort of put Elias over because, you know, Elias hasn't really had that rub with anyone yet. He just comes in places where he's sort of like the third wheel, like with the Cena Undertaker last year. He just never really has a feud either. So maybe having a feud with Elias where there's no matches that you can just do every week, just have the Elias and Kurt Angle segment leading up to their match at Mania. Have it a 5-minute match, have Elias go over and thank you very much to Kurt Angle and you know, whether he stays with the WWE doing something backstage or goes down to the Performance Center with NXT, like, you know, whatever. It'd be nice for that to happen. But it's a tough one for me for Kurt Angle because I just feel uncomfortable watching him wrestle still.
You know what I wish, dude, just that you brought that up. I wish that people like Paige and Angle, who I thought were decent at GM, I feel like Kurt Angle could have managed a team like American Alpha. If they would be patient with some of this, it would work out so much better. And Paige, you could put her with a darker character and have Paige be the manager for that character, someone who maybe can't speak as well. I just feel like they're missing the boat on that. Malik.
I don't want to be, you know, hypocritical here or rude, but I don't even want to see Kurt Angle wrestle anymore either, man. It's hard to watch. I mean, just if you watch how he ran to the ring at the Royal Rumble, I was just like, oh my God, like this man is just like, he's a legend, and you know he's older now. Obviously, Father Time catches up with everybody. Not everybody, you know, everybody gets old at some point. But if I had to pick one person, even though he's on SmackDown, I would love to see him fight Samoa Joe, and it's because, one, they have history together, obviously back and going in TNA. 2, they can tell a great story from that. 3, Samoa Joe is a believable guy. Is that vicious, believable heel that can put him into retirement. You know what I mean? Just like Kurt's time. It's your time. He would keep it real with him in the promos. Like, it's your time to go. You're old. You got to get out of here. I'm going to put you into retirement. Yada, yada, yada. Kurt can tell the story about, you know, he wants to be heroic. He can still do it. He feels like in his heart he can still go. And I think, like I said, they have a great history together from TNA. They can tell a great story. I don't know how good the match will be because, you know, Kurt's conditioned, but I think Samoa Joe would be a good fit for Kurt Angle to go out on. I think Kurt Angle would be happy with it. Him and Joe are, you know, they're good friends. He respects Samoa Joe. He likes Samoa Joe, and I think it could put Samoa Joe in a better direction than they're doing with him now too as well. So
I like that, and I think Joe and Angle had those classic matches in TNA. Maybe they could work some of that magic into the motivation for it. I like that. Kevin.
Well, scenario, I don't think it actually happened because of injury, but I really think that if we're to have one more match, and I'm gonna just agree with everyone in saying that I don't even want to anymore. I'm over it, to be frank. But really cool to have the Kurt Angle, Jason Jordan story culminate in one match at WrestleMania, sort of like the quote unquote father versus son. You put Jason Jordan over in a big way. But I don't think he's going to be cleared, if ever cleared again. So I would say, in light of that, I think Drew McIntyre would be a good candidate. ran through Kurt months back. I think you could do something where Kurt Angle gets a lot more offense in, makes himself look better, hopefully, because he doesn't look that great right now, and then ultimately loses and puts Drew McIntyre over on the grand stage. I think that's the way I would go.
I like that. I think Drew McIntyre is another possible opponent for him. I just feel like he's not in a good spot at this moment, personally, with the whole Kurt Angle thing. I don't know, man. I feel bad for the dude. And everybody in here so far has said they don't want to see him. Fowl, do you have any hope for Mr. Angle, or are you done too?
I feel like yes. I echo the sentiments of the panel as well. Like I totally don't want to see him have another match. Like because he does look like he's in pain. He looks like he's just going out there because he wants to have that one last match. But there's 2 dream matches in my mind that would be a great way maybe to like bookend his career. Whoever wrestles him next is going to be retiring him. I totally agree with that. Why don't we give him to Lesnar? Why don't we feed him to Lesnar? Why don't we let them have that WrestleMania rematch? Let them have that match for the title.
Only if Lesnar does the shooting star press. That's it.
Yeah.
Exactly. And like it's a dream match. Yeah, like it probably wouldn't happen because Lesnar would go out and kill Kurt Angle legitimately in the ring. But I would love to see that as a dream match. I'd like to see that Samoa Joe idea. Sounds great as well to kind of put him over, but in a way, I don't think that Angle really has the same drawing power in the mainstream that he did before. So putting him against Samoa Joe and Samoa Joe beating him, it might not give him the rub that he really needs. But that would be a goddamn stellar match. And they could work around the injury. They could work around all of that. I don't want to see him have another match. But if he did on the current roster, Joe.
Oh, live chat. Oh, I'm so sorry for laughing. I have to read these real quick. Somebody, Wilfred wrote, Rousey kills off Angle. Imagine that Olympic heat. Omega Luke says he wished he said Angle versus McMahon. I'm going to have to follow up with him on that real quick. RJ says Angle versus AJ would be another one. Wilfred said Nia Jax. I don't know if Town Nation's saying Jesus Christ to Wilfred or if he's saying he should fight him. Town, you're going to need to clarify that. And Brian Walsh said, put him against Cena. Wait, let Kurt Hawkins win? Oh, dear God, I'm out of
it. Yes, you win. Who said that? Town Nation, you win.
I think Cena could be another. I think Cena could be another good one too. But I would much rather have Cena do something different at WrestleMania. But I mean, I don't know. All I know is I hope WrestleMania is his last match, and I mean that with all due respect, Mr. Kurt Angle. You're a legend. You're one of my top 5 favorite wrestlers of all time. I'd say that right now. But I mean, there comes a point, man. There comes a point when you watch a wrestler. I know wrestlers as they get older that they try to keep up as much as they can, and they still have the passion to do it. But it's just from a fan's perspective. You don't want him to get hurt anymore. You don't want him to feel pain anymore. And it's like he has nothing else to prove anymore in wrestling. He's already in Hall of Fame.
It's that high though. It's like why Undertaker and them keep doing it. Undertaker said a long time ago in interviews from like early 2000s that
he planned on retiring. Yeah.
Yeah, they're all in that same boat. They get that high from performing. It's why you see older groups.
You got to be like
Mick Jagger performing at the Super Bowl. It's the exact same thing. Like, why are those old dudes out there? They have enough money, but they get the high from it. You can't let it go.
You got to be like Stone Cold, man. When it's your time to go, you got to realize it's your time to go. You just got to step away.
Well, Stone Cold made a lot of money too, but
Kurt Angle has too, though.
Yeah, absolutely, he has.
Yeah, but he's got a lot of alimony to pay as well.
True that. But I think this with Kurt Angle, I think he does deserve to have a last match. I think he has earned to have that right. Same with Undertaker. I really want him to have a retirement match or a last.
Same with Vince McMahon.
Huh?
Same with Vince McMahon.
You think it's time for him to stay out of the ring?
No, he needs to have a last match. Kurt Angle, come on.
Oh wait, I've got one more. Sorry.
Luke, I wanted to get to your point. Do you have a follow-up point, or should I let Luke go?
I've got one more on top of that. And the dream match is Kurt Angle versus Jeff Jarrett for the end of TNA for like the final match. Like all the history's built.
Dude, I definitely thought you were gonna say for Karen Jarrett. And I was gonna say
no.
She's heel turn. They both join up as a tag team and win the women's tag titles after, right?
Braun Strowman, a special guest enforcer.
If they do that match, can they come out to their TNA themes though instead of their WWE themes? Can we make that happen?
When I hear
get
Jeff
the new
Jarrett's
truck.
TNA theme, I think Triple H though. It gets bad. Kurt Hawkins, Page, and Angle. Oh, these dudes are so funny in this chat. I'm coming back to you live chat, I promise. Luke, I want to hear your Vince McMahon, Kurt Angle reasoning before we get to the last topic.
Well, it's a way of bringing the authority again into it, which everyone loves because we haven't seen it enough, I don't think. And it's Kurt Angle is this huge baby face right now. Vince McMahon is always considered Mr. McMahon, the heel, and it's a retirement versus retirement in-ring match. Whereas you can just have like Triple H come out and just like pedigree Kurt Angle for a cheap win for Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon gets carried out of the ring, and Kurt Angle can have his goodbye in front of the WrestleMania crowd because he's done us proud over the years, and it's a nice way of saying goodbye. But just having another match for Vince McMahon is something everyone would want to see, I suppose.
I like.
What if they just did the whole thing like what they did with Ric Flair when Vince said the next match you lose is your last match, and they could do something with that and put him in the ring with somebody that can carry him through a good match at WrestleMania. If you look at Ric Flair's last match at WrestleMania, it was a good match because he was in there with somebody he was in there with Shawn Michaels, somebody that could carry him through a good match. So
True.
Maybe they could do something like that. Not say they have to do the exact same thing they did with Rick, but maybe they could do something with the storyline like that. But you have to put him in there with somebody. If his last match is going to be WrestleMania, you have to put him with somebody in there that's really going to be able to carry him. If not through a good match, at least a decent match. You want him to go out in a really good match. You know what I mean? You just don't want his last match to be terrible.
Malik, I think we can all agree on that sentiment with what happens with Kurt Angle, and hopefully he does get to have a really good match